A federal judge has dismissed Justin Baldoni's $400 million countersuit against former co-star Blake Lively, her husband Ryle Reynolds, and their publicist. Baldoni accused the group of extorting and defaming him, but the judge says he failed to prove those allegations. Baldoni's $250 million defamation lawsuit against the New York Times was also tossed.
Coming up,
they're both going at this full bore.
when stars collide.
The latest on the legal bombshell.
Shocking behind-the-scenes drama. Some people are in for the kill.
Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni.
So you believe Blake Lively wrestled control of the film?
She tried to, yes.
In a blockbuster Hollywood feud.
I hope that the truth comes out.
That's next on 60 Minutes.
Workplace feuds rarely get this ferocious or public. In fact, the contretemps you're about to see has blown up so spectacularly, Hollywood could make a movie about it. Actually, they probably won't occur because that's where this one happened, on a film set. And it involves two stars, supposed on-screen lovers who are now well and truly off-screen haters, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni.
I'll take one, Amer. Set and playback and background.
You're watching leaked footage from what's become the most controversial Hollywood film in years. But from these outtakes, you wouldn't know it. The chemistry between these two performers doesn't seem like an act.
That's so nosy.
My nose is so big.
Yes. I was hoping that we could address this. It's not too late. Just never meant to be.
Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni crack jokes and chat back and forth between takes of a romantic scene on a set of hit film It Ends With Us.
I'm not getting a beard on you today.
I'm probably getting a spray tan on you. Well, it's not.
As friendly as this looks, the A-lister and up-and-coming actor and director couldn't disagree more about what this footage proves: an amicable working relationship or sexual harassment, and neither is backing down.
God, we're good.
They're both going at this full bore, and that's crazy because it's coming at a huge reputational harm.
The latest on the legal bombshell that
This morning, a new lawsuit filed against
Shocking
It Ends With Us
behind-the-scenes
director and
drama
actor.
from Blake
Their
Lively's
Hollywood
alleged
drama has now become a real-life legal one, each suing the other.
Blake Lively suing her former
alleges
co-star.
in graphic detail.
Both sides are now refusing mediation.
Beneath the tabloid fodder are serious allegations that Baldoni not only acted inappropriately on set, but then orchestrated a smear campaign against Lively, while she's been accused of twisting the truth and taking control of her director's passion project. Tonight, the most confounding celebrity feud in decades. Is it just a huge clash of personalities, or is there more to it than that?
Well, I think in film, everybody's always vying for power and control. I think that this is probably the most intense situation I've ever been in film.
How many women has this worked on?
All of them?
If ever a film was going to be a runaway success, It Ends With Us was it.
Baby, all I want to do in my life is protect you. You know that, right?
Based on a New York Times best-selling novel by author Colleen Hoover about the impact of domestic violence, fans were eager to see the important characters brought to life. And landing uber celebrity Blake Lively to play the lead role of Lily Bloom brought excitement and star power to the set. Justin Baldoni took on duties as actor, producer, and director. It was supposed to be his big break.
He had directed 2 feature films before, but I don't think he had ever directed anything of this high profile. And then you landed Blake Lively, an actual movie star.
Peter Kiefer is the Hollywood Reporter's star journalist. His investigation exposed the extraordinary detail and bizarre origins of Baldoni and Lively's celebrity feud.
From what I was hearing, there was some strange stuff that was outside the norms happening on the set of that film.
The only place that I can go as a Baha'i are to the writings of the Baha'i faith.
Only in
Because I
Hollywood
believe-
could you find an outlandish plot like this. Baldoni is a devoted member of a religion most people have never heard of.
In our case, Baha'u'llah, Jesus, Muhammad, Moses, they knew, and they know where we're going.
The Baha'i faith preaches freedom, unity, equality, even teetotaling and the number 9 among its unique sacred traditions. Peter believes that for some on set, including Lively, Baha'i behaviour crossed the line. What was so strange about the behaviour on that set that you noticed?
There was a lot of prayer. There was a lot of hugging. Justin has a proclivity towards talking about how he wanted to consult with God on certain creative decisions. One of the weirdest parts of this whole thing was that Blake, she claimed that Justin told her that he had been communicating with her dead father, who had passed away several years ago, which is so strange. And I think in this day and age, when Hollywood sets have become much more strict about what you can say and do and get away with, certain people found his behavior and some of the things that he was saying and some of the producers were saying highly objectionable.
Hey, Blake. It is 2 in the morning. Hopefully this does not wake you up.
Baldoni's rather unconventional approach is laid bare in this early morning, grovelling voice message to Lively after the pair clashed over the scripting of a key scene.
I'm really sorry. I f***ed up. That is a fail on my part. And I'm gonna f*** up. I'm gonna say the wrong thing. I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. I'm gonna you off, probably, but I will always apologize.
I think I've been like a death explorer.
But the disturbing allegations against Baldoni extended well beyond disagreements. In her lawsuit, Lively claimed that the director improvised unscripted kissing, spoke about pornography addiction, asked a trainer about Lively's weight, and even entered her trailer while she was breastfeeding. They're serious claims, except not everyone behind the scenes believes the star.
He was one of the few directors I've worked for that was very kind and respectful.
Talia Spencer worked on the film. For her, any suggestion Baldoni behaved poorly couldn't be further from the man she knows and respects. How did you first find out that you were going to be working on It Ends With Us?
I got an email from Justin, and then he called me out of nowhere and pitched to me the vision of the film. And so immediately I bought in and was like, yeah, I'm here for it. You seem like you care a lot about the vision of what we're trying to do here, and you're not in it for fame. So I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's build this film.
It will never happen again. I promise. I will get help.
The film explores not just physical, but emotional abuse. To Talia, Baldoni was a man and boss passionate about the subject matter, not someone who would ever be a perpetrator. You got a good impression. What do you make of the allegations and the complaints against him?
In my opinion, I find it very hard to believe the allegations against him. And considering his mission statement about the film and him genuinely pitching that he was doing this film to help young women, I just find it hard to believe the allegations, to be honest.
As a woman yourself, did you ever feel uncomfortable at all in your dealings with Justin?
No, not at all. I would say I felt more comfortable being around Justin than a lot of film directors in my experience.
Contrary to Lively's claims, Talia has a very different take. All she saw was Baldoni being sidelined by the superstar as Blake gradually took command over the production.
I feel like maybe Blake smelled his kindness, mistook it for weakness, and tried to take advantage and take power. So, yeah.
So you believe Blake Lively wrestled control of the film?
I think she tried to, yes.
Did she succeed in the end?
Probably, yeah. I think that there was a massive compromise in terms of Justin's original vision for the film.
Such is Lively's success at the box office. What the actor wants, she typically gets. And the studio, Sony, seemed happy to oblige. Why Lively felt the need to seize control of the film is unknown. But she got her way after an industry-wide writer's strike when she returned to set with several grievances and demands.
It was a whole laundry list of various things. It spoke about no more speaking in certain terms about women, no more pretending that you can speak to dead people. It was about watching pornography. It was not burning certain types of incense. It was a long, broad list of things.
You have me. You involve me.
I know.
So if I'm not what you want, you just...
No, I'm fine.
Lively's takeover of the film included re-editing it.
This is brought the movie with me on the airplane. Like I have like a folder, like a disc, like a hard drive.
In her past or in her present.
And at the
she is
glitzy
defined by
red
who
carpet
she is,
premiere,
Lively
she
said.
shone, while Baldoni was relegated to watch from a basement. Have you ever seen anything quite like that? A director of a film banished to the underground?
No. I mean, it's hard to think of a similar situation in recent memory. You know, the director is the general on the film. And this was really supposed to be a watershed moment for Justin in his directing career. For him, ultimately, to be relegated to like some sort of drab room. It's hard not to chuckle, but it was crazy.
Incredibly, that was just the start of this bitter rivalry. As you'll see, the alleged retribution that followed exposed the dirty side of show business.
As a publicist, my goal is to protect my client and to protect their image, whereas some people are in for the kill.
In image-obsessed Hollywood, publicists like Danny Deraney are in hot demand when celebrities find themselves in a crisis. Their dealings are usually top secret, but a bit of feud between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has revealed the shocking inner workings of showbiz PR. Have you ever seen so much exposed and laid bare before?
I have never seen two sides come out with so much information in such a short amount of time, but the level of detail that is coming from both sides is quite astonishing.
When one of the biggest stars in Hollywood claims she'd been sexually harassed on the set of blockbuster movie It Ends With Us, that would have been shocking enough. But Blake Lively's lawsuit alleged something even more devious, that Justin Baldoni's team of publicists went to great lengths to smear her reputation. What have you made of the tactics being employed?
I don't like it. As a publicist and being a PR professional for over 20 years, I'm a huge believer of ethics. My goal is not to hurt anyone else. My goal is to protect my client and to protect their image, whereas some people are in for the kill.
And that's exactly what Baldoni's crisis communications team claimed they could do. For the bargain price of $175,000 they set out what they could achieve in a series of shocking leaked text messages between them.
He wants to feel like she can be buried.
You know he can bury anyone. Imagine if a document saying all the things that he wants ends up in the wrong hands.
I think we really need to put the social combat plan then into motion.
Full social account takedowns. All of this will be, most importantly, untraceable.
It's alarming to read when they're so freely saying things like, we can bury her. I mean, how many celebrities have been buried in Hollywood?
You're absolutely right. It is a terrible thing to say to any industry that you're in. Any good publicist will be sitting there and try to be meticulous to really find the ways of how your client will be exonerated or how your client is going to move forward. The number one thing when you get into trouble or when you are faced with a crisis, if you did it or anything remotely to it, biggest thing you can do and the most accepting thing in the court of public opinion is to own up to it.
Baldoni claims the PR plan was never put into action. But there's no denying the torrent of abuse towards Lively on social media shortly after the film's release.
Instead, you're grasping at straws to paint yourself as the victim, and it's just not working. Nobody believes it. Just stop.
Baldoni says that was just the public's opinion. But the sheer amount of hatred suggests something more was behind it. So if you've got enough money and resources, you can do this to anyone you want?
You could destroy anyone. Absolutely. Anyone.
Christopher Boozy is the CEO of Bot Sentinel. He's hired by celebrities to trace the shady origins of targeted online harassment. He's not working for Lively, but he's confident someone has conducted a smear campaign against her.
Well, I'll say this with this particular case. There is absolutely evidence that something was afoot there. And what I mean by that is there were, recently created accounts at that time that just focused on her, that was attacking her, not the movie, but her.
Christopher believes fake accounts were set up as part of what's known as troll farms. In some cases, they're powered by artificial intelligence to churn out automatic, non-stop hatred, which real people then respond to and share.
You can have tens of thousands of accounts set up, and being able to communicate and engage with humans in a way that you can't really tell that they're bots. So if you're on your timeline and you're seeing negative things pumped out about Blake Lively, for example, about her not caring about domestic violence victims or something along that line, you're like, oh my gosh, she's a terrible person. And you may decide, you know what, I'm gonna give her a piece of my mind. Now that's the whole goal of this, is to start off with something that's artificial and hopefully it grows to be organic. And when that happens, it's a powder cake. I will compare it to terrorism. You're being terrorized.
Just who exactly is in the right, if either is, will ultimately be decided in dueling court cases set for March of next year. But Hollywood reporter Peter Kiefer doubts they'll even make it to the courtroom, considering the huge damage already done to their once pristine reputations.
Based upon the way that both sides and their lawyers are speaking and acting right now, I don't know which one will flinch first.
Surely you just cut your losses at this point.
Both Justin and Blake see them fighting on this point of principle. So I really feel that both sides are looking at themselves as the aggrieved individuals that's fighting the bigger party.
For those who worked on the movie, it was supposed to raise awareness about abuse, not fuel it. Talia Spencer, a concept artist, hopes the director and star remember why they made the film in the first place.
I think in film, we always want our work to have a meaningful impact. And a lot of us in film do it because we care. And to see it be overtaken by this was definitely a little bit sad.
This is a saga that's not ending anytime soon. It's not going away. What would you want to see happen right now?
It'd be nice if everybody could put their swords down, and acknowledge their part in it and get along. But we don't really live in that world, right? It's a little too late for that. So I hope that the truth comes out, I hope that the innocent parties are proven as innocent and we move on.
So, whose team are you on? Blake Lively's or Justin Baldoni's? On this week's 60 Minutes podcast, Extra Minutes, how truth in Hollywood is often stranger than fiction. Most captivating about it is just the insight into how Hollywood might just really operate.
The fact that, a legal case between two celebrities and Russian disinformation in election campaigns are even said in the same sentence is really bizarre,
correct.
Right?
And that's this story in a nutshell. That's Extra Minutes, available now on your favourite podcast apps.
No wonder no one believes Justin Baldoni harassed Blake Lively. 3 signs indicated that she was more proactive. Initially, Blake Lively only accused Justin Baldoni of defaming her reputation. Recently, she has listed dozens of allegations against him. For example, Baldoni had lived a kiss with Blake Lively in a movie. He entered her trailer without permission while she was breastfeeding her baby. However, people started to find the whole situation suspicious. First, how did Baldoni bypass Blake Lively's bodyguards? If he had harassed her, why didn't she interrupt the filming? Second, Blake Lively didn't distance herself from Baldoni during filming. Some videos reveal that she was directing Baldoni on set. She also had her arm around his waist, and Baldoni didn't seem to enjoy it. Finally, Baldoni isn't interested in Blake Lively. Blake Lively's posture on set was very rude, and she was wearing a strapless dress. Yet Baldoni doesn't glance at her once.